welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. For the past 3 days, I'm exploring the simulator, and so far I have uploaded some videos on my channel, and this is going to be another one which is specifically for the beginners and also for those people who were actually familiar with the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. But right now, with the new simulator, they are finding it difficult to make a flight plan. Flight planning obviously is the most important thing. If you don't have a flight plan, you don't know where to fly the plane. So this is going to be a short video. I will just try to keep it to the point and will try to explain everything. Now in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, it was easy to make a flight plan. You can just do it over here in the map. But in this new simulator, you have this electronic flight bag facility, which is actually a tab. I'm using the Cessna 172 Skyhawk with G1000 for this video, although you can just try it with some other planes as well. So to make a flight plan, you have to make a flight plan in the electronic flight bag. So let's get the electronic flight bag and let's start going through all the options of it. So on the first page, you will see the plane that you're using, and then you have flight performances, and then you have environment, and you have your pilot profile. My pilot profile is really bad. 10 takeoffs and only 3 landings. I don't know what happened to the 7. Okay, then you have the settings for the tab, and then you have the flight planner, and then you have some other options as well. So first of all, let's close this and let's set a departure and an arrival over here. So I will be doing a short flight for this demo, and I will be flying from Abu Dhabi International Airport, and I will be going to Dubai. This is a short flight, I think, for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it's a good flight because in this you can have some multiple waypoints as well, and plus multiple, not multiple, but a proper departure and arrival procedure. So now if you set this, you will see that the flight time is coming right now. It's actually a direct flight time like this. Distance is coming 73 nautical miles, and the fuel required is 6.42 gallons. So this is what's required. So let's go to the electronic flight bag and start configuring the electronic flight bag for the flight. For the flight performance, first of all, you have to set the cargo and the fuel. So if you're carrying any cargo, you can set it by moving this slider. But I don't think so it's required. You can just leave it like this. I just fly it like this. And for the fuel, as you can see, it's already coming in gallons. I can move the slider and increase or decrease the fuel. As a contingency, I will be carrying, let's say, this is 7. Let's carry 10. So as a contingency, I'm carrying 10 gallons of fuel, and that's it. This is the setting that you need from here. And if I go back, in the checklist, you will get all the checklists for the plane. It's a very long checklist. If you really want to go through the checklist while starting the plane, you can just go through it, which will give you a very good perspective about the plane. But I will not go into the checklist because we are not touching the startup procedures right now. Then in the settings, as you can see, small, medium, and large is coming. If you click this, you will see that the size will increase and decrease. But this only happens if it's popped out. If it's in the plane, then it will not happen unless you pop out the screen. Another thing that you can do is this. You can just like pop it out like this, and you can move it to some other screen if you want. And if you close it, you can go back to this view. Then you can also change the orientation from vertical to horizontal. I just keep it like this. And default app that is launched, once you launch the electronic flight bag, you get the flight planner. But you can change it from here. No, I cannot click it right now. So it's by default. That's it. Then the speed, you can change. Right now it's in knots. Height, again, you can change it from feet to meters. Distance in nautical miles or kilometers. Weight, I can set it in kilograms. For the fuel, I'm using gallons as the default unit for the fuel is gallons over here. That's why I'm using gallons. Otherwise, you can also use liters. And then degrees centigrade. This is the temperature that I'm using. Now the flight plan, the main thing of this electronic flight bag. So as I have not started the simulator, so that's why this plane seems to be somewhere in Africa. So I can just zoom in and I can show you the flight plan that is already there. So it has already updated this flight plan. The takeoff will be from runway 13 right, and this is the path that the plane will take, and it will land. So that's it. But if you want to change the flight plan, you can always change the flight plan. The magenta line is actually your plan, and plus you see the cyan color. This is your missed approach procedure. So go over here. You can reset the flight plan, okay? And then you can again select the departure or the arrival. So let's say if I select OMAA, that is Abu Dhabi International Airport, and if I go to Dubai, now with this, I can change the runways. So let's say instead of using 13 right, I decide to take off from runway 31 left. Then I will also add the departure. Right now you can see it's a direct thing. There is no procedure selected. So basically, departure procedure is a procedure that you fly out of an airport. You don't simply directly fly out of an airport. So this departure procedure is also known as SID, Standard Instrument Departure, which has the speed and altitude constraints as well, and plus the path. So the purpose of showing you this, that how you select which departure to take. So you have to, once you take off, this is runway 31 left. Once you take off, you have to go straight, or you go straight, obviously. You will not be going in this direction. You will be going straight. And then you turn right. So we have to set a departure which actually suits this. So now this departure is going towards west. So no need to check these two departure procedures. Then you have another one which is going straight. So you can select this departure. Rest again, you can also select this one. And then no need to select this because it is going somewhere else, not towards. Anyhow, there are some complications. You can always do this. You can select this departure, and at this point you can just go straight. But it's for the expert level. If you can change the flight plan in the G1000, then you can do this. Otherwise, it's not the right thing. So now you can see these all departure procedures are coming. In a different color. So this one, which I'm showing you right now on the screen, or I just checked one more. Yeah, this one. So this departure procedure makes more sense. It will go to this fix, AA820, then it will go to optal, and then covering all these points, it will go to this point, Laureate. And from there, we'll select the arrival and then the approach procedures. You can just go back and you can see, oops, it's not selected. Let me just do it again. Change procedure. You have to click this option, and now this procedure is coming. Then click this option, find route. It's not picking up the route, so it's okay. If it picks it up, then it's okay. Otherwise, you can just leave it like this. And for the runway 12 left, you can again change 12 right or 12 left, and then 30 left or 30 right. You can always do this. So I will be landing at runway 12 right. And this is a direct arrival. Can I select an arrival? Okay. So for the arrival, let's say the plane will go to this point, Laureate, and from there it will go to PDOF. And directly you will turn right and land. But if you want to select a procedure, you can do this. So again, for the arrival procedures, you can see there are many arrival procedures coming. With this plane, obviously from Laureate, you won't be in the mood of flying all the way here because this plane flies at a very slow speed. So that's why You cannot select this, but obviously if you're using some other plane with a high speed, maybe you can take this risk. And then you can select this arrival procedure. Then you have another procedure, but this is for the other runways, not for 12 left and right. Again, this is for 30, I think 30 left and right. Yes, and if you're coming from this side of the world, you're using this. So you have to select an arrival procedure which actually suits your flight. And look, again, if you look at this flight plan, it makes more sense because these arrival procedures have the same name as of this point, LORED. So it's LORI 1E, 3C, and 4D. So you can use any of these arrival procedures. And you can just then go to this point, this point, this point, and then your plane will actually follow this path, which is the arrival procedure, and then it will go for the approach and the final approach. You can use this or you can use 3C, but 3C is used for 30 left and right. Again, so you can use 1E. So if I change the procedure, and if you click this option again, you will see now the flight plan has changed. So this is how you make a flight plan. You select the SID, which is standard instrument departure, and then you select the STAR, which is standard terminal arrival, the arrival procedure, and then the final approach and landing. You can just go back and you can change the procedure again. If you want to just simply fly direct and want to save time, just do this and change procedure. Go back to the flight plan and you will see now it's a simple flight plan. Because with this plane, 172, you really don't want to get into all this arrival procedure. So if you want to practice this flight, you can do it like this. Now you can explore some other options as well. If you go over here, you will see the flight details, flight rules. These are IFR, instrument flight rules, and you have also visual flight rules, but obviously you're flying an instrument flying. So that's why you have instrument flying rules. If you want to enter the registration number, you can do this. Airline, you can select any of the airlines, and then you can select the flight number. And if you're communicating with the ATC, you can enter the ATC call sign. Then flight date is coming, which is the current date. And then you have the NAVCOM equipment, and then so on and so forth. So this is not required as a beginner. Then you have the zero fuel weight. This is the weight of the plane with the cargo, passenger, but without the fuel. Total payload 0, passenger 0, but the captain's or the pilot's weight is there, and cargo is also 0. You can set it if you want. Then you have fuel options. Taxi fuel is 5 kgs, trip fuel is 51 kgs, and then you have a contingency fuel and stuff like this. So block fuel is 72 kgs, and alternate fuel is 11 kgs. So this is how it has already calculated for you extra fuel. Then you have the complete navigation log, and you can just, that's the complete navigation log. But if it's a long one, you can just scroll through it. And then you also have a stopwatch. So in the plane, before you start the flight, you can start the stopwatch and then you can see how much flight time was taken. And then you have all the charts for this flight. As you can see, you have the charts for the departure. You have charts for the arrival. There is another way to do it. If you go back here and you click this, the sign, the information sign, you get all the information of this airport. You get the weather, so you can get the air pressure, temperature, and wind. And then you have the runways as well. So now you can see recommended runways coming. So instead of taking off from, let's say 31 left, I can just take off from 13 right. So I can change the flight plan if I want. So I can, 13 right. And then again, I can select the departure if I want. If I'm obviously it's going in the other direction, I'm just doing it again for the beginners so that they can easily understand the concept of departure and arrival. So if you're going towards this point, again, it will take me to LORED. So it's okay because my arrival or the star is based on this point. So I can select this point And if I look at the flight plan, you will see again, I will take off from runway 13 right, and I will just go like this and then land. You can always change it if you want. Then you have the runway information. So let's say if I click this, I will see the heading of the runway, the dimension, the length, the elevation from the sea level, and plus the type, which is asphalt. Then you have the frequencies for Abu Dhabi. You have the ATIS, clearance, ground, tower. All the frequencies are coming. And if you go back to the flight plan again and you click Dubai, you can again see the weather for Dubai as well. Right now, it's not coming. Amazing. You can see the runways. So all the runways are there. I'm landing at runway 12 right. So I can also go it from here. So 12 right, if I click this, I will see the heading of the runway, 121 degrees, dimension, the length, elevation from the sea level, and then you have type, and then you have ILS frequency. So no need to get the charts, the airport charts for the ILS frequency, for the heading. You can just get it from here. But another interesting thing, if you click this point, this icon, you can get the charts. So now this is for the departure, this is for the arrival, approaches, airport, and miscellaneous. So this is the best thing. I think after the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the need for the Navigraphs, I think, will decrease a lot because now these charts are available. So for 12 right, as you can see, these are all the arrival procedures. So 12 right, if I select this, this is RNAV star for runway 12 right. So this is basically the arrival procedure, which is star. It will take some time to load, and now you can see it is just like the one from Lorid. You go here and then you just turn like this and like this. And if you're landing at runway 12 left, then this is the one. So right now, as I'm not explaining the departures and the arrivals on the ILS, so that's why I will not go into details, but you can have a look at it. Again, if you go back, you can go for the approach, and for 12 right, you can see ILS and RNP. RNP is actually a required navigational precision approach, or an RNAV approach, which just like is performed based on the GPS data. And ILS is actually performed based on some ground-based navigation device. So that's known as a localizer. So that's why ILS 12 right is, if I'm doing this flight, I'll go for the ILS. If an airport has an ILS, I'll go for it because it's a precision approach, and RNP is not in a precision approach. So if you go here, you will see the approach plate, that how much altitude you should be at different point, and what is your glide slope or glide path, and plus you also get the ILS frequency over here, and then the direction of the runway and stuff like this. So ILS is coming 109.5 and the name of the localizer, IDBE. This is also coming. So that's it. So this was an introduction that I just wanted to give you. And once you make this flight plan, just click this option, go back again to this page, and you can file this plan with the ATC and send route to avionics. So now your system will have this flight plan. Just have a look at it and we can go back. So now you can just close it. And now you will see even here in this map, whatever the plan that you made, it's coming just like it used to come in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So I can delete. Oh, so the departure is already selected, and I can just click fly now. So now I'm in the plane, and as you can see it over here, that the flight plan is there, and plus the fuel is also set, and the plane is up and running, and everything is good. So this is how you make a flight plan. I will be in the future making videos for the Skyhawk Cessna 172, and I will be uploading them on my channel, although I have another video on my channel for the previous simulator in which I've told you how to start this plane from the cold and dark state, but I haven't covered the G1000 configuration and plus flying this plane on autopilot and performing the ILS approach. So I will be just making those videos for the beginners as well. But for the time being, this video was just to how to configure the electronic flight bag. If you have got any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you want to add anything to this video, the comment section is there for you. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.